Welcome to the Fonde Hall of Fame games in Houston's Fonde Rec Center as the Jack Yates Lions play host to the Rufus King Generals from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. These games are also a fundraiser for the project called From the Parks to the Pros, organized by John Lucas. The program goals are to help children learn the skills that build character and helps them to be successful in life. And what better place to inspire youth than the legendary Fonde Rec Center, where basketball greats like Murphy, Drexler, Olajuwon, and Malone came to hone their games. This game's namesake, the great Moses Malone, tossed the ceremonial ball to open the final game of the Hall of Fame series. The Generals opened quickly from the outside, with Curtis Weathers on target with a three. The Lions answered with Jacob Young driving the baseline for a pair. But the Lions were lethargic early, and their patented pressing D wasn't a problem for the Generals as they readily dribbled through it and to the hoop. Here Curtis Weathers settled into the corner, and Joe Bignati found him, and he hit the bottom of the net for three. And the Generals were up 16-2. Chris Howell found the mark early and often inside driving the lane. And on the offensive boards with his tip-in as the Generals opened an 18-point gap in the first period. J.C. Washington finally put some life into the Lions, getting the block here, and then getting it back in transition for the hammer slam as he tries to pump up the Lions game. Yet King is used to an up-tempo game and handled the dreaded Yates press with ease as Bignati finds Howell in the paint for two more, and the Generals take a commanding 24-7 lead after 8 minutes. But Yates can be a scoring machine and can erase that lead in the blink of an eye, so they know they're far from out of it. And they got going in transition as Milton Jackson's baseball pass to Washington puts him inside quickly, and he followed his shot to put the rebound back. But Bignati was handling the pressure well, and here he dribbles through the press and hits the running J. Generals by 22. Jackson picks up the tempo and gets in front of a Bignati outlet pass. Melvin Swift came up with the loose ball, and Washington gets the two-handed slam. Then, when Jamel Posey ran down a transition pass, the Generals had spacing, and Curtis Weathers pulled up for a three. Nothing but net. A 23-point lead. Milton Jackson had some success on D and picks Bignati's pocket as the ball gets to J.C. Washington for the throwdown. Here, Washington snares a pass off the press and gets it back and puts it up for the 2 points. Then Jackson is trapped but manages to throw over the D, and Young shuttles it to Washington, who puts it up and over Howell to narrow the lead to 17. Then Melvin Swift picks up a deflected shot and puts it back to narrow the gap to 13, and the Lions are showing life. But the first half ended with the Rufus King Generals still up by 18. King can put big numbers on the board with the same up-tempo game as the Lions, so Yates will have their hands full in the second half. But then, this is Jack Yates. Washington starts the transition break with this outlet pass to Lorenzo Phillips, but when he misses the layup, Melvin Swift slams it home. Then Chris Howell picks up a loose ball and gets the alley-oop from Jamel Posey and gets the two-handed slam, and the lead is back to 20. The Generals can also play half-court, and here they work the ball around to Jordan Poole, and he drains a three-pointer. So, not to be outdone, the Lions show the same patience, and Jacob Young cans a three from the corner. Then it's Young getting alone in the wing, where Davion Houston spots him, and he finds the three-point range again. And the Lions had narrowed the gap to just 13 with 8 minutes to go. Davion Houston then opens the final period with a running jumper in the paint, and the lead is down to 11. When Jamel Posey went inside and missed, It was Howell putting the rebound back. And with the Lions settling into a half-court game, they couldn't get any closer than 11, in spite of perimeter shooting by Jackson. And Chris Howell put the exclamation point on a fine showing by the Rufus King Generals, as they beat the Lions at their own game. And we thank the Rufus King team for traveling all the way from Milwaukee to participate in the inaugural Fonde Hall of Fame games, and congratulate them for their victory in the Moses Malone Legends game.